Welcome to the show.
I'm so happy to be here. I missed you.
It's been a while since I have seen you, and you know, I've been following you, not following you like that. I watch the things that you do, as I hope you would hope people do. Yeah. And it's been exciting to see your journey going from, you know, like an actress in television shows, into movies, into producing, into directing, and now Dora the Explorer, the movie, The Lost City of Gold. Has taken you into a new world. Why did you accept this film? Especially considering that you just became a new mom when it happened.
Yeah.
Like, there's maternity leave, and then there's a movie. Why would you take the movie?
Yeah, it's basically the same. Yeah, it's like so relaxing. No, Santi was 2 months old, and I was breastfeeding, and I got the call, and it was filming in Australia, and so I was like, I can't do this. I grew up with Dora, and I think I grew up with Dora. Actually, she's only 20 years old, which means I did not grow up with Dora.
Right, but you felt Dora's been around forever,
yeah, it's
though.
like she's been around forever. I don't remember a world without Dora the Explorer, and so I was like, I have to do this. And my husband's like, you got to do this. So we went to Australia, the whole family, and I was on set and in the jungle, in the rainforest. That's where we shot Dora. But it was important, you know. It's important that we have a movie like Dora to represent Latinos in a positive portrayal. You know?
Right.
Representation matters, and so when you see something as empowering as Dora, she's a little girl who's smart and brave and fearless and intelligent, and she's Latina, and you're like, oh yeah, Latinos are other things that are not synonymous with illegal, you know?
Right. Dora has been, for many people, many generations, an icon in like traveling, learning languages, being who she is, you know, teaching English, but at the same time teaching Spanish. It's been this all-encompassing journey.
Was she in South Africa?
Yeah, she was.
Oh,
yeah, Dora's everywhere in the world. Like,
I didn't know that, by the way. I thought she was just a Hispanic icon, and then when I got the call, when it was announced I was going to be Dora's mom, my friends from London called, my friend from Germany called, and I go, how do you know who she is? And they were like, she's global. She teaches English in other countries, but in the United States she teaches Spanish.
Yeah,
so
she's an explorer. That's what her thing is.
I forgot.
She travels the world.
I realized that. But you're right. She was ahead of her time because she encouraged cultural exchange.
Yes, she did.
And that's what's so beautiful about her and the movie and the message, and I think it's timely. It's important right now.
I feel like in many ways you teaming up with Dora is the perfect, you know, marriage or union, because like that's in many ways what Eva Longoria has always been about. You were always a boundary breaker. You know, you were doing things on TV at a time when many Latina women were confined to a certain role or a certain idea of what they were meant to be. And you came in, you broke down stereotypes, ideas, platforms, boundaries, everything. And you've really been, you know, instrumental in driving that change. Why do you think that's important, and what do you strive to do in creating a new idea of what Latino people can achieve on screen?
Yeah, well, you know, it's true. I didn't mean to break barriers. I was who I am, which is Mexican American.
Right.
I straddle the hyphen. I am not, you know, people go, oh, you're half Mexican, half American. And I'm like, no, I'm 100% Mexican and 100% American at all times.
Right.
You know, I love enchiladas, but I love burgers and hot dogs. Like, you know, I like mariachi, but I like John Legend. So it's confusing.
Now I'm picturing now I'm picturing a John Legend mariachi like mashup.
That's what we should do.
That's exactly what I'm picturing now.
We should, but I think, you know, so like roles or projects that I do just reflect that. You know, I'm ninth generation American. I'm a Texican. And in Texas, you know, we didn't cross the border crossed us. And so it is, I didn't come up with that, but it was good.
Well, I've never heard it before, though. This is the first time I heard it, so I'm like, damn, all right.
I should have just dropped the mic.
You should have. That's a drop the mic moment.
Yeah, no, but it's true. There's so many Latinos in the United States who have been here just like me, many generations. And so, like I was saying, in the media right now, if you just watch the news, it just positions us in a bad light, and that we haven't made contributions, when in reality we have made many contributions to the thread of this country.
Right, the conversation in and around Latinos has been defined and restricted to it is only a person crossing the border because of, and it's illegally. It's never anything successful. It's very seldom all the other stories that come with it. Being from Texas, you are also now in a position where today, you know, we're still dealing with what happened over the weekend, the shooting that took place in El Paso. Yeah. You know, as you said, you're born and raised in Texas. You've lived the life of of being around guns, being around people who like and respect guns, being around people who don't respect guns but like them just as much. When you look at what happened in El Paso, why it happened, how it happened, as a Texan specifically, how do you deal with that, and you know, like, where do you think people can even begin to go after seeing something like this?
I mean, it's horrifying. And the reality that it keeps happening is horrifying and heartbreaking. But I think we're beyond that, thoughts and prayers thing. And I think we're getting a little numb to it. You know, I mean, there's 2 shootings in one weekend.
Right.
You go, oh, another shooting. You
Right.
get the alert on your phone, and we're becoming numb to it. And the reality is, these things are preventable. Some people think, oh, that's inevitable. Who knew that guy was going to go in there and do that?
Right.
Well, the fact that he had access to do that
Yes.
is the problem. And I think the fact that our nation's leaders have continued to fail us, to protect us, is outraging. You should be outraged. Their fidelity to the NRA or the gun lobby is more valuable than the lives of Americans, and that's troubling, and that should outrage all of us. And as a Texan, with a mother who goes to Walmart, there have been so many times I drop her off at the door, and I go, I'm not going to, Mom, you're going to take too long, and I'll drop her off at the door. And hearing that son's story about he dropped off his mom, and it wasn't even 2 minutes, and he heard gunshots, and when he ran in, his mother was dead. To think that was my mom, to think about that was your mom, you know, and you would go, oh, I wish I could have done something before that moment. And you know, we're the only country in the world that has more guns than people, and I think there is a way, I know there's a way to protect the Second Amendment, but not allow it to be a death sentence to thousands of Americans. There's a way to do both. You didn't want to cry. It makes me so sad.
You know what? You have a right to be sad, but thank you for bringing joy to us. You know, I'm sorry that, you know, the Dora the Explorer tour also has to be about gun violence, but I guess in many ways you are now the Dora the Explorer of the message that comes, you know, with the movie.
I am always more than happy to talk about anything, any issue that can make this country stand up to what it's meant to be, and that's, you know, a place that is welcoming and accepting and protective, and right now I don't think we're doing a good job of that, and I think we have to hold a lot of people accountable for that.
Thank you so much for being on the show. Wonderful having you, as always. Dora and the Lost City of Gold opens in theaters August 9th. Eva Longoria, everybody.